The Venerable Father Don Pedro Cabanulas served the parish in the region of Toledo, Spain. He was always distinguished for his deep devotion to the Holy Eucharist, and he spent many hours in adoration, both night and day, before the Blessed Sacrament. Somehow he had been brutally tempted to doubt the reality of transubstantiation, but in 1420 all of his doubts disappeared after the following miracle. As he had been accustomed to do daily, Don Pedro began to celebrate the Holy Mass. At the moment of the consecration, he saw a dense cloud come down from above and settle above the altar. He could not see the altar anymore. Then the priest began to implore the Lord to remove his doubts. Slowly the cloud began to reduce itself and presented this sight. The host was lifted above the chalice, and the abundant drops of blood began to fall that immediately replenished the chalice and even overflowed, pouring onto the corporal and onto the pall. The pall is the small rigid linen cloth of square shape that serves to cover the chalice and the paten, and the corporal is the base linen cloth unfolded at the start of Mass, then refolded from the 9 quadrants at the end of Mass. At that point, the priest heard a voice that said, quote, "Finish the Holy Mass, and for the moment, reveal to no one what you saw." Unquote. The miracle was later published by the brothers of Don Pedro, and the news was spread in all of Spain until it reached the King of Castile, Don Juan II, and the Queen, Lady Maria of Aragon, that they asked to be buried near the body of the Venerable Father Pedro Cabanulas. Even today in the sanctuary of Guadalupe, it is possible to admire the precious relics of the corporal and the bloodied pall. The relics of the marble have been exhibited for the veneration of the faithful during the Eucharistic Congress of Toledo, Spain, in 1926, and even today are the objects of deep devotion to the whole of the Spanish people.